So I was on eBay earlier. So first I stumbled upon a random video on YouTube of a guy putting together a N-scale model house. And he goes, is it worth it? I thought, I'll check this out. I don't know the brand. And he goes, yeah, it's this Eve Models. Found it on the old eBay. And so I just jumped right over to eBay. I didn't even watch the video. And I Googled Eve Models. And it comes back with some saucy ladies, black and white. One had nipples.
Like one black lady, one white lady, not ladies in black and white?
One woman in black and white photos. Like it's older.
Eve.
Titillation.
It's Eve?
You know, I just still looking around, and I eventually find the thing, but then I find some other stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is a cheaper offering of the exact same product that I was looking at over here. So I go to the seller to see what else they got on there, you know.
Wait, are we on the model houses or the saucy ladies?
Well, so the model houses led to the saucy ladies, which led me back to the model houses, which led me to model cars.
Oh.
Which then I said, well, if they're selling it for cheaper with no shipping, even though it's coming out of China, let me see what else they got. And, you know, it's like N-scale, O-scale, light fixtures, all sorts of what you'd assume, trees, scenery, and such. And then all of a sudden, it was a hideaway camel toe underwear for men, for cross-dressing men.
Oh.
And then it goes right back into lights and wiring, and I'm like...
I thought there might be like a dead body hanging in the closet for the model house.
Oh, no.
But no, you say, hide that pee-pee.
Yeah, and I mean, you know...
There has to be a way to do that, because they do it really well.
Yeah, the thing with this, though, is it seemed like it was more like a athlete's cup.
Okay.
So it kind of protruded a little bit. Once you stiff your, 13, 14-inch wiener in there, it's like, this thing's going to be sticking out like you're pregnant.
I mean, maybe they want you to know they got that good stuff.
They got that gunt. Well, I'm Jules.
And I'm Jason.
And
we doing us.
Us.
What is your problem?
I don't know. I'm all excited for the rap.
Jules.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me the other day?
I don't.
You do. I was eagerly awaiting a package, and I was so excited for it to come. I drove my girlfriend to work because I needed the car to do some grocery shopping. So I get those groceries. I bring them in the house. I go to the bathroom. I'm in there for a little bit. I'm
20, 30 minutes?
45 minutes, an hour. Yeah. No big deal. I go and have a cigarette, and I'm looking at my email, and it's like, hey, your package was delivered. And so I don't think so. I guess I'll go take a look around. Yeah, I don't see any package. I guess I'll see if Amazon actually sent a picture of where it is. And I was like, wait, check your doorbell camera, Jason.
Yeah.
You got a doorbell camera. Check it out. And as soon as I did, I say, okay, who's this guy? He doesn't have a package. And he looks real shifty. He's looking around. He's got a hood up. Oh, he's coming up my steps. Oh, he's taking my package and he's gone.
God.
But, I saw his car. I know what he looks like. And it was 1 hour ago that he stole my package. So I grabbed a cigarette. I grabbed the baseball bat from under the bed upstairs. I went and put it in the back of the car, and I started driving around, Jules. And I went up and down every street in this neighborhood, thinking I could catch him in the middle of taking other packages. I don't know what my plan... I mean, my plan was to fuck him up.
Yeah. I
imagine that what would really happen is I'd see him, and I'd be like... And then I'd go home. but I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was so angry. For like an hour, I was just furiously driving around, following the speed limit.
Of course.
But trying to cover this grid as much as possible.
I think, all right, look, you want to steal packages, fine.
Yeah.
Right. But you should scurry away and then open the package.
Oh, yeah.
And then realize if there's nothing really of value, and just put it back.
What's this guy going to do with that light?
He's probably just going to throw it in his garage.
Yeah, try to sell it on eBay, and I'll find it. And I'm going to come get him.
Because probably not about a decade ago, when I worked for a parking company, there was a hotel attached to one of our garages. And it was just getting hammered every night with, thefts. People breaking into cars and shit, And, of course, we'd pay for security, and they would drive through every now and again, and... we had video footage of the assailant and just wasn't much that could be done. And we're talking like a hotel where they have weddings and shit. So wedding gifts and such are being stolen, Somehow eventually they end up, I think the guy's partner, he had a lady that would kind of go in or watch around. And she got busted trying to cash a fraudulent check. And I guess she probably turned over on him or whatever. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
And
she flipped. She flipped. An enemy now. She's with the state.
And so they went and busted the guy, and they just found in his garage just all of these items. Like the wedding gifts weren't even unwrapped. They were just all on like a table.
What do you suppose his plan was? I mean, eventually sell them. He hadn't thought that far ahead. He's just like, I'm going to take some stuff.
I guess, but at least figure out what you have. Because then that's the first step before you then try to figure out how to get rid of it.
Not smart.
Maybe it was just you liked stealing.
You know, I've never had a package stolen here.
I don't think I've ever had one stolen anywhere.
Tokyo Treat Box.
But I never could, tell for sure if that was stolen. It just said it was delivered, but...
And then the next day, I peed the blood.
That's right, because of all the stress.
I don't know. The first pee of the day, I was like, color kind of looks off, but the light's out. But so I don't know. It's like a vague sense of light coming through the blinds. Mm-hmm. Okay. Later on that day, that pee is pink.
It's still there?
No, I knew pee. It was pink pee.
Okay.
I said, oh man, that earlier one was probably pink pee too. And then I had some clear peas. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm cool. Mm-hmm. And then I peed pink again. Mm. But it was the last one. And then I'm down here like trying to call the doctor to schedule an appointment. And for some reason, my kids like to scream and make noise and bother me when I'm on the phone. Mm-hmm. So like I send Jack upstairs because I have to hang up the phone one time already when I'm trying to hear the menu options for making an appointment. So he's gone. And then I call again. And then Max starts going, rah, 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 rah. Max, you need to be quiet right now. Mm-hmm. I try to call again. And then I call the third time. And then Max is complaining about how he doesn't know what to build with the magnetiles. And I'm like, Max, I'm on the phone. Stop. Ah! He starts screaming at me. So I hang up a third time. And I make him go sit on the stairs. And I start saying, I was yelling at him a little bit. He's a 4-year-old. I'm yelling at him. Dad needs to call somebody. Stop.
Look at my pee.
I have blood in my pee.
A couple old regular Catherine O'Hara's over here.
Yeah. After hours callback. Pretty frustrating. So I make that appointment. It's for today. I didn't want to go to the appointment today one bit because nothing has happened with it. And I had a lot to do today. I really wanted to accomplish a ton of things. But I haul ass over there and I go into the doctor's office. I'm like, hey, I'm Jason. I'm here for my 11 a.m. appointment. I'm like, oh, yeah, we tried calling you. Your doctor's not in today. She can't be in, so we'll have to reschedule. I said, okay.
Yep.
And then I apologized for not wearing a mask because they have a sign up now that everybody needs to be wearing a mask.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, we have them right here. I was like, I'm leaving. Good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Bye. So I think I'm fine. Honestly, I think I drank too much the night before. I was polishing off that bottle of vodka.
Before we went to Milwaukee, I was down to like my last pill. So I go in on a Thursday to my pharmacy.
Thyroid?
Yeah. If hey, again, I feel this. Oh, yeah, you want to wait? Nah, I'll just come back. But I got busy at work and I just plumb forgot. So I go in on Friday and the pharmacy's locked up. Got a sign on there. We're closed. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm like, that's weird.
There's a fucking huge shortage. Go ahead, keep going.
So it's Friday and we're leaving on Sunday. Okay, well, I'll call another pharmacy and, it takes forever because they're busy because everybody's calling because it's the next closest one, and oh yeah, sure, we got it, so I went in, got it, everything was fine, 30 days go by. I had stopped receiving the email request to refill my prescription. So I just was getting ready to take it in and then I got the email. Hey, do you want to refill your prescription? I said, oh, well, it must be because they were closed before. Now they're back. So they're redoing that. And I said, yeah, cool. And they go, awesome, it's available tomorrow. So I go down there and he goes, oh yeah, we don't have a prescription here for you. I see it's at this other location. I was like, oh yeah, I had to go there once because you guys were closed. So now they're just filling it there? Yeah. And he goes, well, we'll just carry it over. Don't worry about it. All right. And so a couple days go by. I'm out of pills. And I finally get the email. It's like, hey, it's ready. So I roll down there and the guy goes, oh yeah, no, actually it's not ready. Your prescription expired the day before you came in. So we're going to have to call your doctor to get a new prescription.
Why didn't they do that already? They do that automatically.
And I'm like, okay. And then I get my chart message from my chart. Hey, we just did a temporary refill, but you better come see your doctor because we can't write you anymore until you do. You're due. Okay, which means I got to go get blood drawn first, which I did, but because I was off the meds for a week, one of my numbers is like spiked.
I really dislike that you have to go into the doctor to continue a prescription that will probably fuck you up if you stop taking it. They make me do it too once a year.
The worst part is I go in, and it hasn't happened yet because I go on my chart to reschedule or to schedule. The nearest appointment is January 2nd.
Huh.
And there's no indication of how long this temporary prescription on the bottle. It just says temporary refill. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's probably going to run out. They're not going to do it. Then they're going to have to, find a way to get me in. And I'll go in. I'll meet with the nurse who will do all my vitals. She'll leave. 20 minutes later, my doctor will come in. How you feeling? I got another doctor with me. He's going to check you out. Anything new? No. All right, word. We'll see you in 6 months. All that. Just, I need the meds. I'm exactly the same all the time.
Yeah.
If something's wrong, I'll reach out. But it's not. I mean, it's wrong now because you've been dicking me around.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Between you and the Walgreens.
right, man.
Fucking bullshit.
Life.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed when I was getting low on my antidepressants and my blood pressure medicine. Like, well, we can give you another one, but you gotta come in and talk to us. It's like, you guys didn't even take my blood. You did nothing when I came in except for talk to me. What the fuck are we doing? Just keep refilling them. I can't stop taking the antidepressants or I'm sure something bad will happen.
Yeah, it's like you just want me to, you want to bill my insurance?
You just want me to come in case I'm like leaking something or if something's very obviously wrong with me.
But when I want to talk about quitting smoking, you ain't got time for that.
No, the story's wrong.
If when I want to talk about my cough, you ain't got time for that.
Man, Jack's been insane for like a little while here. I don't understand what's going on. Like, I think he's extra tired because school's in session, but he won't sleep extra, even though we're trying to get him to bed earlier every night. It's not really helping. The other night we ordered pizza because the behavior around here wasn't great, and it was just going to be, I was worn out and I didn't want to make dinner.
From John's?
Jet's Pizza, because it's like quite a bit cheaper. Detroit style. So we get it. I've told him we're getting pizza. He comes to the table. He's like, I hate John's Pizza. All pizza's the same pizza to him. He just starts screaming, I hate pizza. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. He ends up screaming for like an hour straight. He does it at the table for like 10 minutes. We just keep trying to get him to eat. Eventually, he's in timeout on the stairs. Pretty soon, he's like trying to like knock the table over while we're trying to eat. So then he's upstairs, and then he's screaming he's starving. And then I bring him a sun butter and jelly and like a banana and one or two other things. That he refuses to eat that. And then he does eat it. And then he wants the pizza. So I bring him some pizza up there, but then he's got to scream and put on a show while I'm up there. Oh my God, it's just like an hour straight. And it's like every night there's like excessive craziness. It's just wild, dude.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I was not like this as a kid.
And it's funny because like Paul's kids, they're dope. It's like a mini Paul.
Max is super chill. He'll just be sitting there watching this whole thing, and when Jack gets a timeout, he's just like, Jack needed to go to sleep, I think.
He gives you a pillow.
Put it over
You want
his
me
face.
to do it?
Let's make it quiet around here forever.
They can't convict me.
He no more rude to me.
Yeah, man, it's balls, man. Because, I mean, he seemed like an all right Joe when I knew him back in the when,
Are you talking about Jack?
Yeah.
He's great, except for when he's insane.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny. He's interesting. He's real cool. He's got a lot of talents. And he's awesome at school. Everybody's like, he's so nice. All the other parents, like, he behaves wonderfully when he goes out. He's been out with his friend Bert and Bert's brother Gus. Like, they went out for Gus's birthday, and he was gone all day. And then he went out for Bert's birthday this last Saturday, and he's a dream for them. And then he's a fucking monster at home. Parenthood's hard, man. But, boy, they're both in school now, so it's real exciting. So as you see, I've painted down here.
One wall.
I painted the toy room upstairs. Jenny's almost done with the pattern on the living room, on the living room wall upstairs. I washed these carpets pretty thoroughly, and then there was human feces on the carpet in a little small spot. The other day, that was pretty cool after I washed it, and then I didn't know what it was, so I was poking it with my foot.
You licked it.
And I couldn't tell what was going on. It just kind of... It almost seemed like kinetic sand for the kids.
Oh.
I was like, all right. And then like a half hour later, I was like, my sock is pretty brown. And then I was like, that's poop. That's poop, and I've just been walking around the house. I put my poop foot in the shoes. I threw away those shoes. As soon as the kids were at school, I said, I'm going to clean all that poop up now. And I spent a lot of time cleaning the poop areas.
Yeah.
And I washed every single step in case I pooped it up.
Well,
Very
I mean,
upsetting.
I could barely smell it when I came in, so it should be fine.
Oh, no. You see that Britney Spears video?
Of course.
I like that is a soak. I think we've already talked about this. It's soaking the internet, man. I'm seeing memes constantly about it.
Well, it's interesting because that one aspect, sort of, it's layered. It's a multi-layered sort of presentation. There's one layer that's just like, man, yeah, she's having a good time dancing, and then there's another layer where you're like, I don't know, maybe she shouldn't have those butcher knives. And then there's like a layer where you're like, is she threatening me?
Look at those eyes. This is like a manic.
It's just like, oh Jesus.
She's got crazy eyes. We're all like, set Britney free, set Britney free. Actually, she's extremely mentally ill. And
is she free now?
She's been free for a while, man. Okay. That's why you've been seeing all these videos of her lately. She's had more that seem off, but this is by far the craziest one. Yeah, she is ill.
You think anybody's just hanging out with her, or she's just alone in her house?
No, I think she's married.
Oh, really?
You see a dog running around behind her?
No, I couldn't take my eyes off the knives.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, I've never seen such like haunted, crazy
she's
eyes.
Not like performing or anything, right?
She did have like a very
she have
long
a Vegas show?
Yeah, for quite a while. I don't know that she is performing.
Actually, God, what the hell was I just listening to? There was something, maybe this was something we talked about on the show, where they needed a stage for some reason, and somebody called Britney and she let them use her Vegas stage to film something.
That's pretty cool. Did you know that if you have a spider mite problem on your marijuana plants, you can buy 5,000 predator mites and unleash them on your plants, and they will eat all of the spider mites? And you may say to yourself, well, now I have a predator mite problem. But they just die off when there's no food?
Oh, interesting. They don't eat each other?
They might, but eventually they're all gone. It's like $30 for the mites, $30 for shipping.
But then you got all that green blood everywhere.
It makes the plants stronger.
Oh, that's true. That's how it gets green.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. That's about it. How about some podcast recommendations? I mean, this is coming out in like 2 weeks, a week.
I pretty much just listen to the drive-through and the Cornette Experience. If you want to hear, an older guy and a semi-less older guy talk about modern wrestling, and they do a really fun bit, because Jim Cornette apparently has a really good memory, and he's been working in the professional wrestling industry for like 30, 40 years. And so they do a thing where Brian Last, he gets a program randomly, because he collects a shit ton of this more concrete documented fact stuff. And he just starts reading down the bill. This guy versus this guy. This guy versus this guy. And then Jim is tasked with guessing the promotion and the arena and the year. Because, back in the day, there were a bunch of territories. So you had like Mid-South Atlantic and Smoky Mountain, and before WWE and even before WCW, back when it was still Crockett. And so he's just like, oh gosh, I don't know. Bruno Santino, in the 60s, he was in Texas, and he doesn't usually knock it out the park, but he at least gets the arena, the promoter, and sometimes the year. But yeah, it's kind of fun.
He likes wrestling, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy, he's one of those guys who found his way to it. He was a photographer as a youth, going around taking them photos, and then eventually somehow got harangued into being a part of wrestling in some fashion or another, and then became a manager, an active manager who would manage the teams and get involved in the matches and shit. And then he did a little booking, and then he ran a couple of smaller promotions. He had a promotion actually with, I think, the Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin put up the money, and I want to say it was maybe Ring of Honor that they started. Could be wrong on that, but...
Adam Quinnell has a podcast.
Oh.
Trek in the Valley.
Oh.
Him and his co-host, they're both living in the valley.
Oh, Simi? Simi Valley? Or the San Fernando Valley?
Isn't the valley, 2 days in the valley? Yeah. What is that valley?
I don't know where that valley is. They always just call it the valley, and it's like, well, there's all these other fucking valleys.
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought you just knew. I have no idea where it is.
No. I mean, there's Simi Valley, of course.
Yes, of course. I don't know what that is. You're the California boy. You've been there
Silicon
twice,
Valley.
And you know all about it.
Yeah, some of us are born with it. California.
So they go through episodes of Star Trek.
Cool.
Old Star Trek, original Star Trek. I don't like Star Trek.
I do, but when I watch it, the new stuff, it's very bad.
I guess I shouldn't say I don't like it. I'm not hostile towards it. I've never watched it. I think I would probably enjoy it to a degree.
Here's the thing. Old Star Trek is better than new Star Trek, but it's also very boring. New Star Trek is really exciting, but it's also very boring. So it's like, I like the idea of Star Trek, the aura of it, but when I found my way to it, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, when I want old, boring things, what in theory I would watch is The Twilight Zone, but I've also haven't been able to sit down and watch that. But the reason I like that podcast is they're talking about Star Trek. And I mean, I like Adam Quinnell.
Yeah.
but I enjoy hearing about the episodes more than I think I would enjoy watching them. Mm-hmm. So, Trek in the Valley.
I think a lot of that is what's true for this show, too.
Oh, yeah. I hope so. All right, I'm going to drop 2 more podcast recommendations. We can get right out of here. Queens of NC-17. It is now currently spooky season. You guys are hearing this before we drop our spooky episodes. Listen to Queens of NC-17. They're raunchy, they're dirty, they're pretty funny, and they watch a lot of garbage-ass movies. Did you know, you ever see those House movies? House 1, House 2?
Oh, God, yeah, we're raised on that stuff.
Apparently there's a fucking House 3.
Yeah.
You knew about House 3?
Yeah, and didn't they make a new house?
I have no idea, but I did not know about House 3 until their episode on House 3.
That's not the one with Vietnam, is it?
No, that's the first one.
That's
the first one's with, is it Big Ben? Is that his friend that, is it Richard Mole that died in Vietnam?
I believe it is.
Does he blow him up with a grenade at the end? I can't really remember. House 2 is the silly one where there's like the caterpillar cat thing and like the old skeleton he's friends with. That one's like silly. I watched that shit a lot when I was little.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So, Queens of NC-17. Check that out if you want to hear more spooky movie talk. And then, of course, Werewolf Ambulance. They're doing a different thing for the season because it's Halloween and they do horror movies all year round. Today I listened to their episode on Cocaine Bear.
Oh, I watched that partially.
I love Cocaine Bear. I think it's the best. They loved it too. It further cements my confusion about why there's some people that don't think Cocaine Bear is great.
You know who I watched that with?
Yeah, David Chappie.
Yeah.
You guys hung out.
Yeah, he doesn't know it. He never will. I wish he'd listen to at least one episode of the podcast.
Who's ever going to listen to one episode?
He would never continue, but I think he would enjoy whatever portion of it he listened to.
I would think. You know what, though? We're biased because we think we have the best podcast ever. We laugh at our episodes thoroughly. We don't know what it's like coming in from an outside perspective.
We don't know what it's like. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I think Callie's shocked and a little disappointed in how ribald you specifically get.
Yeah.
Me as well. And we start talking about Angel Pussy, and she's like, okay. I thought this guy was a progressive.
Angel Pussy? Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Because the angel had no pussy and Cowboys and Angels. She can't have sex because she ain't got no pussy.
Oh, yeah.
She had a disease that killed her pussy. And then in a completely different episode, we just drop Angel Pussy.
We're not progressive? We're good guys.
No, we're good guys. We're just raunchy a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 2 guys in a basement.
That's fine.
You know?
We don't say women is meat and they're for us, that is what they are here for?
No.
We don't think that.
I think it's quite evident if you listen to us that, we don't know shit.
We're very nice.
We don't mean to be mean. We're not trying to be, and it's funny.
We're not that mean. We're actually pretty nice.
No, it's just that I put on such a dog and pony show.
In real life?
Harangue her into accepting me.
Right, and then I'm over here
in love with me, and now she's stuck.
And I unleashed the true Jules. I'm down here getting drunk in my basement saying
and it's been
things.
backed up, So I'm just launching tirades, and that's what you get.
God bless. All right, well that's we doing us.
Yeah, 37 minutes.
All right, great. We'll cut it down to 20. Mm-hmm. We'll see you on Saturday with a double feature, Lisa and Smooth Talk.
Good stuff.
I've been Jason.
And I've been Jules.
Bye.